Hey guys, Joebizz34 back again, and I just wanted to show my newly updated Michael Myers once again, now with sporting Yunsil coveralls and the Hot Toys. I think it's from Hot Toys Platoon figures, the Jungle Boots, that are actually screen accurate to the ones that Myers wore. And I just got those, as you can see the green pattern on the side there and real laces. So that kind of completes the figure. King Leonidas hands that I've had forever for Michael Myers. And like I said, the outfit, the most most obvious upgrade is the shirt, the black shirt, undershirt, and the coveralls done by Yunsil. So I want to give a big shout out to Darth Magnus. AKA Michael. Big shout out to you, brother. A lot of love. You coordinated this happening with making the coveralls and all that, and working with her to Yunsil to get the the look and everything down right. I mean, let's go over this a little bit. I mean, you can see the collar is awesome, right down to the silver button, snap button on the one side. If you remember when I reviewed this figure originally back last Halloween, when I had Lupita's brother's coveralls on him, I had added that little detail myself. So that snap is already there. And like I said, I have a real metal Lamson knife. This was made by some guy, I think he used to go by Nitro Phantom on eBay. It's really nice, accurate knife, real metal, shiny. It's got that silver chrome color to it. The handle's accurate. And like I said before, the HT, Hot Toys King Leonidas hands that I had, going way back to many former versions of Myers I've had. The sculpt is, again, just like I've showed before. I mean, this figure has gone through many upgrades, variation changes, versions, whatever. It's metamorphed. It's morphed into a lot of different versions. I've had this head sculpt for a while, and this is the original version 1 of the Mad Bug of Halloween 1. Many debate Halloween head sculpts. Many people feel this is the best one. Some people feel that the retooled one, the second one he did, is the better version. I guess for Nick Castle anyway, for when Nick Castle's wearing it. Wasn't a big fan of the sculpted hair. I have a retooled one, but he has the sculpted hair. But some people removed it and I guess put the real hair. And so you know what, to each their own. I mean, there's been so many variations of the head sculpts. We'll get into that in a minute. How that's a never-ending debate. But anyway, I'm happy with this one, and I reworked this and repainted it myself. So whether people like it or not, I'm very proud of it because I like it. I think I did it took me about 2 or 3 times, but as my painting skills got better, I upgraded and repainted the mask a couple times, and I got it to where I like it, and I reworked and redid the hair, and styled it as close as I can get to how I feel the original should look. Accurate pocket with the one flap on the one side. Perfect color. The color is perfect. The color is the exact screen accurate, screen used color. Okay, again, the boots I just upgraded today. That's why I waited till now to do the video. I wanted to get those boots on him before I showed the figure in all its glory. But I mean, the review, I've shown the figure before in many incarnations of it. I really am doing this video to show off the coveralls. That's what really this review is about, the coveralls. And regardless of what head sculpt you're using, these coveralls will make any Myers you have shine. Now, I want to show you how accurate. No line down the back, and that was something that was pointed out, and Magnus made sure that was corrected. I'm not sure if the prototype had it, but it was brought to everyone's attention that there should be no line going down the middle, and Magnus made sure that that was put into play. The waistband, the way it kind of crinkles up, okay, that is accurate, 110% accurate. Okay, this is, if you look at scenes from the back of Myers in the original Halloween, this is exactly how it looked. There's the back pockets. The collar, the way the collar looks, and if you look closely, if I can get it there, there's the hole in the arm. Okay, and that was another detail that I had added to the other coveralls that I were using originally. So there, the tear by the elbow is there, the little hole. So details, everything is there. Everything is perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now, I gotta say, I have another pair of these. I bought two. And originally I was thinking of doing, maybe reworking them to do a part 2 Myers, because I do have a Dick Warlock Myers. And I'm going to show that in another vid. Maybe when I do my annual Halloween review vids and I show off my latest Myers stuff, I'll show my Dick Warlock custom that I have there. But for now, this is all about these coveralls. Now, it's funny because there's a lot of mystique and a lot of mystery, a lot of things about Michael Myers. Okay, let's talk about this for a second, because we know that there's been fights, debates, arguments, I mean downright killings almost over this character when it comes to the look of the mask. Okay, and you know whose is better and what. There's also different opinions based on paint job. You know, this head sculpt, you know, could look better or worse depending on the paint. You know, the sculpt itself is great, but the paint work is what really brings it out. You know, some people got theirs done by Silent Surfer, and it looks great. You know, others did it themselves, like myself. Like, I didn't do this completely myself. It was kind of painted by Madbug, but then I just kind of redid it myself. I wanted to add the flesh color details on the neck, where, like, you know, because, you know, we all know the mask was spray painted. And again, like I said, there's so many different variations, opinions. I mean, it started with Sideshow, and then from there it went to, I remember my first Myers sculpt I had was the reworked Sideshow sculpt that Silent Surfer did. And that was my very first Myers sculpt. That's what got me onto the Sideshow forums, was because of that sculpt. Because then Silent Surfer, Nathan, he invited me onto Sideshow forums after I bought the head sculpt off him on eBay. And that's how I kind of started getting involved with all this. And, you know, from there, then there was Dark Artists, if people remember him. I'm sure a lot of people remember him, and he did versions of Michael Myers, and then from there was One's Customs, and then there was Beto Matali, you know, and then the Madbug, and Kane, who's also done great. And every time somebody came up with a new one, there was pluses and minuses. There was something that maybe was better than what came before, and then there were still negatives, depending on the lighting, depending on the picture, depending on how it was haired, the color of the hair, the shading. I mean, there's so many things. Some people like the eyes that you could see the eyes like that. Other people like the eyes blacked out, that you can't see the eyes. I mean, my God, it's endless. And because there's so many looks, you know, I know Magnus has stated that he prefers the version 2 Madbug sculpt because it looks more, the retooled one, because it looks more when Nick Castle wears it. Then other people prefer the Blackest Eyes sculpt that One did because it looks more like the movie poster, which is actually on the Halloween 4 poster, and people like that look better. You know, I myself, you know, at that point favored that, you know, at some point in time favored that sculpt. Some people say that this is the best one. I mean, honestly, it goes on and on and on and on. So I say to each their own. I don't really fault anybody for liking one over the other for different reasons. I think the goal here is we all want our Myers. We all have a lot of passion for this character, and regardless of which head sculpt you go with, you know, at the end of the day, if you're looking at the Myers that suits your taste the best, I think that's, you know, that's all you could do, because, you know, there really isn't an exact right or wrong. I mean, like 3 or 4 people wore that mask in part 1. The mask was the same mask in part 2, but looked completely different when Dick Warlock wearing it. And then you have the other sequels that they're a different mask altogether, which, by the way, I do have a Halloween 5 head sculpt coming from Kane. Thank you. Big shout out to Darth Magnus again. Mike, thank you for the heads up on that. He did have one, and he sold me one, so I'll be doing that soon. But, again, now, along with the head sculpt, so I say, you know, to kind of wrap that thought up, you know, don't be down on anybody. You know, just accept everyone for what they are. Everyone has a plus and minus. You know, like I said, there's 4 different people that wore it in part 1, so you could say, well, I like the retooled one because it looks like the mask when Nick Castle had it on. But then, you know what? At the end of the closet scene, when this guy wore the mask, it looks a little different. This mask looks more like when he was far away. This mask looks more like when he was stalking Laurie down the street. Whatever. You know what I'm just saying. I mean, it's just so many different things that you can think of that it really is just endless. So I don't even worry about it. I, for one, am very happy with the sculpt. And I did hear rumors that the Madbug is making a new one. So I have the second pair of coveralls waiting for that special time when maybe I want to upgrade them or make another Myers. I think what I'm going to do is keep the coveralls I have for my part 2, or use Lapita's, because those are also very good that I worked on, and maybe make that my Dick Warlock coveralls, keep these on him, and then I got the second pair ready. If Mad Bug comes out with an even better one, I am ready to go. So we'll see. I'll be all on that like white on rice. And you know what? To be honest with you, between this one and his other one, I think he's gotten as close as anybody. Again, it's personal taste. Now, the coveralls have the same mystique. Now, growing up as a kid, I thought the coveralls were blue. And when you're watching it in the 80s on an old color TV, picture tube, before there was HD, before there was different variations on DVD and Blu-ray, there were times the coveralls looked gray. There was times the coveralls looked green. There were times the coveralls looked blue. That's another thing that people constantly fight over. There's something about this character that everybody just wants to debate things about. And to be honest with you, these are the most accurate and perfect coveralls I have ever seen, and the color, like it or not, is 100% accurate. These are 100% accurate color. They are a charcoal gray that at times looked green, at times looked blue. Really, the spruce green color is more to do with the sequel, when Dick Warlock wore the coveralls. That was a little different. They were more of a greenish tint. If you look at original print of Halloween, and if you look at the newest one, I think I reviewed the Blu-ray, the anniversary when they came out, where they got rid of all the color enhancements and corrections, and they went back to the original look. In the day scenes, it is totally charcoal gray. At night, with the different shades and lighting, yes, it does look sometimes blue. And again, it comes down to opinion and taste. Sometimes people want screen accurate, or sometimes people want what it looks more like what they see. If it looks blue in the movie, people want blue coveralls. If it looks green, they want green. If you want screen accurate, like prop, like what it actually was, you're going to want this. And, the reality is, this is the accurate color. And that's the one thing that somebody said once a while ago, that Sideshow actually had it right with their Myers, because their coveralls actually were a charcoal gray. So they did get that right. That was just about all they got right, because everything else about it wasn't very accurate. But anyway, I don't want to go on. And, let's just say 10 out of 10. These are perfect. And if you had a chance to pick one of these up, great. I don't know if Yunsil is going to do any more. You can hit up Darth Magnus on Sideshow or on Facebook and ask if there's any left, or if she's going to ever do another run. I have no idea. But they're worth every penny. All right? They're worth it. If you're a Myers fan, this is a must-have. All right? So thank you to Michael. Thank you to Yunsil. Thank you to everybody that's checked this out or has shown love for Myers or this figure or anybody else's that's sporting these coveralls. It's well-deserved. And kudos to everybody involved to making this happen. All right? Till next time, guys. Peace out.